Skinny Hardaway Southern T. Back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If it's your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button there as well. We talk this good boxing, MMA, sports, parlays, predictions every single day and not just today. Today, we're here with a boxing EP. We about to talk about, one of the more, bigger stories in boxing right now. And it's Devin Haney and his potential signing to Zuffa Boxing. What I'm hearing is that this is not 100% complete, but this is something that's in strong, consideration, negotiation, right? Whichever one that you want to say. Yeah, my bad. Devin Haney is the current WBO champion. He won that title from Brian Norman Jr. in his last fight. And, it was talks that he was going to go into a unification fight with Rolly Romero, right? The fight that, a lot of people did want to see. There is some history there. But that fight kind of fell through, in negotiation talks, with the deal, with it being a legit deal or, a deal that the Haneys like. Is it, the deal maybe only favored Rolly or whatever, right? The situation may be in which sides may feel. I'm not one of the people who think Devin Haney ducked. I kind of look at it as, the business of boxing. Also, he was in talks with Ryan Garcia as well. These days, you don't really know who Ryan Garcia is going to fight, right? Because we've heard rumors about him being in talk with Shakur Stevenson, with Devin Haney, also with Conor Ben, you know what I mean, as well. So who really knows what Ryan Garcia is going to do right now at this moment, right? And this is boxing, right? You can't sit around waiting, on fights that may or may not never happen. A lot of these guys feel like, they have their worth. They know what their worth is. You're either going to work with them or, they're going to keep it pushing, right? We can't have situations, we always preach, right? We don't want to have situations where somebody is putting their career on hold for a particular fight, right? So I'm not mad at Devin Haney, for considering Zuffa. Also, what's being said in this is that Zuffa is offering him a considerable amount of money to become part of this team, right? Right now, what Zuffa is doing is they're signing bigger names to give their, their platform, to give their company, some name recognition, and to give them, more credibility within the roster. They're signing former champions, which Devin Haney is one, right? Not only did they sign Devin Haney, right, but a couple possible opponents for Devin Haney, as well right now, which is what I'm saying. Like, it may not, I'm not necessarily mad at Devin Haney for entertaining Zuffa or possibly signing to him, given the fact that they also signed Conor Ben, a few months back this year. And more recently, they signed Richardson Hitchens, right? Now, I have Edward Berlanga up there because him and Richardson Hitchens decided, they signed together, and the company decided to promote them together. So it's really not, a banner without Berlanga up there, right? But Berlanga is also a former champion as well, right? Well, I was talking about a little earlier about Zuffa trying to, bring themselves some credibility by signing, bigger name stars, big name stars, current and former champions as well, right? Jay Apatow, right? Still trying to close down that Alexander Usyk thing, right? But signing Conor Ben, signing Richardson Hitchens, signing Edgar Berlanga, and possibly signing Devin Haney, right? That will bring, some of the top elite names in the game right now, to their company. Edgar Berlanga has a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Devin Haney has fought Vasyl Lomachenko. Hitchens is a guy who just, relinquished his title at 140, so he's a former champion fresh right now, right? He beat George Kambosos, right, along with Devin Haney, right? So there are some big names, over there. And Zuffa, they do make sense, for Devin Haney to go in there and fight, right? You got names like Conor Ben and Richardson Hitchens, and you also have a few other names that you may or may not know about, which we gonna talk about here in a little second, right? But I know Zuffa gets a bad stigma, bad connotation, for the title thing. You can't defend your titles or have titles. Jay Apatow got stripped for signing over there. It looks like Hitchens, was going to move up anyway, right? So he relinquished his belt, which is not really a good look either, right? Because now it looks like he had to relinquish his belt to go over there, right? But as far as making good, competitive fights, guaranteed contracts, right? Which is what this is about. You know what I mean? As well, these fighters are guaranteed, to have these fights. And it's been said that, Zuffa and Dana White, they offer really, really big, signing bonus and purses up front. We all know about the $15 million Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn read up his deal, to come back to Zuffa as well, right? So I'm pretty sure a fighter like Devin Haney, former undisputed multiple division champ, is going to be looking at a pretty penny, right? To fight these guys, right? You got names like Conor Benn and Richardson Hitchens sitting down there. We also have names of guys that you may or may not know, right? Like former Olympian Julian Rodriguez. Julian Rodriguez is in the 147-pound division down there. Possible Devin Haney, opponent as well. He's coming off of his upset win on Zuffa Boxing. He beat Cain Sandoval, another guy at the 147-pound division, down there, prospect level, right? But these are names who have made, their name in the Olympics. They've been signed, the top rank, been signed to Golden Boy, major promotions like that. And now they're fighting over there at Zuffa. But Julian Rodriguez is a nice, formidable name at 25-1 for Devin Haney. We also have a name like Vlad Panon, right? Vlad Panon, right? I'm going to say Panon, right? We got Vlad Panon. You may or may not know him, right? He's 24-2. He's 30 years old. He's fighting at the 147-pound division. He's a top 15 ranked fighter. He's also one of the sparring partners of Gervonta Tank Davis. He's in that Gervonta Tank Davis camp. He spars with Gervonta Tank Davis. He was thought to be used, heavily when Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting the longer range of your guys, right? But that's a decent name over there as well. And we got Umar Demsbikov, right? He's also in the Olympian, sitting over there at 14-0 at the 147-pound division, right? Not the biggest and most glamorous names, right? But when you add Devin Haney, Conor Benn, Richardson Hitchens, with names like Demsbikov, with names like Julian Rodriguez, and names like Vlad Panon, Zuffa Boxing does have a nice amount of fights that they could offer over there at the 147-pound division, right? So while, and Devin Haney is already the champion himself, right? So he will be bringing his strap over there to the Zuffa brand as well, right? He will currently probably be the only major title holder over there at Zuffa right now. So that's a position that makes sense for Zuffa, and it makes sense for Devin Haney, right? It gives Zuffa credibility, because, look, we have a champion over here on our roster that didn't have to get his belt taken, right? So we're working towards, getting that fixed. And also, we have fights to offer Devin Haney as well, like Conor Benn, Richardson, Hitchens. We're going to see a lot more people start to go over to Zuffa. I think, this is just the beginning, right? Going to be plenty more signings to come, I think. But just wanted to give y'all my thoughts on the Devin Haney to Zuffa situation. But that's all I got for y'all. Skin Hardaway Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But it's the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.